how I look?
No, you're a very handsome man. You got a nice shirt on from my favorite shirt store.
We could say
and
it.
you're right.
Walmart.
Yeah, I mean that's my favorite
Walmart.
shirt store.
You know, I need you to help me feel good because my TikToks, which pretty much don't exist because I haven't mastered TikTok,
It's
are paling in comparison to yours, which are doing great.
I am what's it called? It's only because I've been doing the whole TikTok thing for a long time now, buddy.
You've had a consistent 800. I looked this morning. I might be a little wrong on my stat here, but I think it was since Saturday night's main event, every TikTok you've posted has had at least 800 plays.
I wish that I could make that happen also for the Miggy's Mindset videos, but we've gotten pretty lucky with wrestling fans spending a lot of their time on TikTok.
And I'm trying to do these match of the day things. I think I got the right idea here. It's just
Oh, I
apparently my
love it,
booking
dude.
sucks because
I don't
no
know.
one.
JBL and Darby Allin is an interesting mashup.
Imagine Darby Allin getting the clothesline from hell.
Yeah.
Off of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Wait, who was the first one
I
he did? It
think
was
I honestly
Haku
think
versus
that
who else?
Sabu.
Sabu, that's right.
Yeah.
I got Haku.
Oh yeah, all the way. Never mind. Yeah. um.
Hey, I can't remember. Did Joey Janela win the last match against Sabu? Or did
No,
Sabu win?
Sabu won. I mean, everybody was still paying attention to
Sandman.
Sandman. It was really Sandman's last Sabu match. But
Oh shit. Well,
um,
speaking of last, well, actually, that doesn't make any sense because I was gonna say AJ Styles and TNA, but he came back, so there's not really a last. But anyways, Slamversary happened.
it did.
Oh wait, before we talk about Slamversary, I forgot we got to pay our respects.
We do.
Dude, the Prince of Darkness, WWE Hall of Famer Ozzy Osbourne
Dude,
is no longer
so
with us.
I posted a thing on Instagram, RIP Prince, and somebody had the nerve to be like, no, Prince died a long time ago. This was Ozzy Osbourne. They don't even look alike.
They're lucky they didn't say that to me because Prince is like in my top 5 artists of all time. I bet the listeners
It's
didn't know that.
it's disappointing. It's sad, but I'm glad that he was able to do this one final show that he did a couple weeks back.
Dude, the
I am
timing is so poetic.
I feel I grew up not only a fan of, we got to grow up in a really interesting time in Ozzy Osbourne because it was past his greatest hits. He was already the mega star that is Ozzy Osbourne, had all of Black Sabbath, had his own hits, and then we get to see his transition into television superstardom with we grew up watching his family, or most of his family. I know the one daughter wasn't in the show, and then he had like kids that he didn't talk to. But then we got to see him on television be a guest star on a lot of different things. Most recently, Jack Osbourne has really been he's really like in the top 10 paranormal investigators in the entire world, and one of the leading science people in paranormal investigation today. And he's been doing a lot with Ozzy Osbourne in that realm. We got like Little Nicky, uh, things along those lines. But he has been in the WWE realm since the 80s, really.
Yeah, with Lou Albano.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2, he was managing for when you think the British Bulldogs, you don't necessarily think Ozzy Osbourne, but uh,
Dude,
he was the manager.
he was so his brand was built like a long, long time ago. It's just this cool, crazy dude who, he had his issues, but I don't ever remember hearing any stories of him being like a bad guy to people. Maybe his addictions would get the best of him, in that
Yeah.
respect. But he was a good dude. He took care of people. Even that last concert that he played, what was it, 2 weeks ago? There was a
Yeah.
video of him and Youngblood, who's like a new rock kind of dude,
Mm-hmm.
and
I love me some young blood.
he was asking him. He goes, "Is there
I
is
love
is there
ya.
anything you need?"
Will you
And
marry
Youngblood
me?
said, "The music's enough, man. Like the music's enough." And so it was
Yeah.
just like even in a wheelchair, Ozzy was asking, a young guy. He was trying to get the young guy over. That's what Ozzy was doing. But before we move on from Ozzy, I do have to, because in the old days of the podcast, when it was just on Spotify, I could add music to it. So I definitely would have done that if in today's show. But we got to pay for that shit now. So I'm just
But
gonna drop 5 Ozzy songs. These aren't Black Sabbath songs; they're Ozzy songs, just that I've been listening to today. Uh, Off of Bark at the Moon, Waiting for Darkness. Off of Black Rain, Civilize the Universe. And then off of
ooh,
Blizzard of Oz, this one's called Steal Away the Night. And then, dude, there's a song off of No More Tears called Hellraiser, but they did a remixed one with Lemmy from Motorhead on it. If you
yep.
can find that version, I'd say go listen to that. And then, dude, this album came out when I was working at the warehouse. I would listen to it all the time because it was on the radio station. The album Ordinary Man, listened to all my life, and then Ordinary Man, which Elton John is on. Okay, there you go.
Well, I have one
Oh,
song that I was absolutely obsessed with in high school, or late 2009 or 2007. Is that high school? Yeah, freshman year of high school. Going into freshman year of high school, I was absolutely obsessed with "I Don't Want to Stop," the Judgment Day, yeah, theme song, of the Judgment Day pay-per-view. Absolutely obsessed with that song. But I mean, that's
good
probably like
song.
that's not even in the top 10 Ozzy songs. I just freaking love that song.
No, dude, a guy like Ozzy, and that's just from his solo career. We're not even talking about Black Sabbath, and
Yeah.
it depends on how pretentious you want to be as a music snob, but they arguably invented heavy metal, and
Oh, easily.
Ozzy would have been a legend even with the solo career.
Yeah.
So there it is.
But he's
But
a WWE Hall of Famer, class of
Hoff
2021. Guest host, former guest host of Monday Night Raw.
with Sharon.
Um, they
That
what's
was
it called? They
terrible.
used his theme song for Survivor Series every year. Um, what else? I think he did like a
You
whole
know what Ozzy
flex
is?
off with what's his face, Chris Masters.
You know what Ozzy is?
What?
A friend of the podcast.
Friend of the friend of the podcast. Also, if you do get a chance to go, like I know you don't do like the horror stuff and the creepy stuff, but if you get
I
a
could
chance to
do it.
go, I know if you get a chance to go, ow, my ear hurts. If you get a chance to go and watch the stuff that he was doing the last 2 years, 3 years with Jack Osbourne, it is very entertaining. It's not necessarily scary. It's Ozzy Osbourne getting freaked out by ghosts, and I love every second of it.
Dude, I love the videos of him from the Osbournes when he's heating up his burrito or like telling the cat to get away from his burrito or whatever. Get the fuck away from my burrito. And you know what's crazy? Back in the day, I could not understand a word he said. I relied on the subtitles, but as he got older, I could understand him.
Yeah, and I
Interesting.
understand his need to say the F word every second. That I understood.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
Well, buddy, I want to talk wrestling.
let's talk about it.
There's really only one show that I even give a shit about. And I just wrote down a couple of little bullet points, some of the big notes, if you will. I'm talking about Slammiversary. TNA was it a little shy of 8,000 people, which was their biggest US crowd ever. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong. I believe that is
I
true.
think I saw it. I thought they had one like in the Bully Ray era, the Dixie Carter era. I thought they had one that was a little bigger, but yeah, that's not
I think the Bound for Glory that they did out here, um, was up there,
okay.
but
Little
I
Sting
don't.
on that, like Kurt Angle, that was that
Yeah, it was
kind of
definitely.
era.
Let me. Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, you had Sting, you had Hogan, you had RVD, then you had Jeff Hardy. Still, you had that was like the heart of the aces and eights. And it was like the very like in the middle of the Hogan Bischoff takeover. Flair was still there. Booker T
They're
was
trying to
on
do it
the.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Uh, what's it called? American Arm Wrestling or something like that. Debuting on Fox News.
It's gonna be on
Um,
Fox News for all the American arm wrestling fans.
yeah. And then I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when they just did what show did they do out here? Rebellion. I don't know. Whatever show that Rebellion or whatever they just had here did nowhere near that. And it was in the arena just as big. But I don't know. We'll see. They're doing SmackDown in that small arena that Rebellion was just at here in October.
Oh,
Tickets
okay.
go on sale tomorrow, so I'll buy them if you guys want to come out here and if you want to come with me, buddy. But
Dude, actually, I have some dates to throw at you because we're gonna be out there for a birthday party soon,
oh,
but we're not gonna be by you guys. So, but anyways, we'll
I'll
talk
come to you.
after
Don't
that.
worry.
No. Well, so let's get to these highlights that happened. The results here. Starting off with friend of the podcast, Masha Slamovich has lost her title.
Bitch.
Masha, what happened, Masha? JC Jane is now a double champ. So now you got the Knockouts champion and the NXT Women's champion, JC Jane.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. But what do you think? Right call?
No. Well,
Nope.
right call if you're WWE. It only listen. I want to hear your thoughts on it first, and then I'm gonna go on my rant.
Yeah.
You think so? You think it's the right call?
Wait. Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a question.
Oh,
Wait, so do you think you're asking me if I thought it was the right call?
yeah.
Um, I don't know. Well, no, because Trick won the big one. So, like, is this a takeover? This is starting to get into like AEW ROH territory
This
where it's
is
just too much.
so. Here's my thoughts. Um, I have two thoughts on this. One, yes, it could be like that where they're trying to put the TNA championships on the WWE people to help. I don't know, get people to watch TNA, but I honestly don't think they need that. I think the best way to go about it, and it could be just because WWE has all the money and has all the cards, and they're saying, no, if much like AEW did, if you want our guys, we want your titles.
Hmm.
Which didn't work out well for AEW. Either it didn't really seem to matter at the end. Where AEW messed up and where WWE could really, really, and we've talked a little bit about this, but if WWE really, really wanted to do something big, not only for themselves but for TNA to get people watching both of it. The most entertaining things that they could do, and the most entertaining part of the year used to be like the Survivor Series, the bragging rights, the situations where they did SmackDown versus Raw, because you didn't know who was going to show up, when they were going to show up, and what was going to happen. They haven't done an invasion type angle like that in forever, since, I think,
Yeah.
honestly, since Becky got her nose broken, they haven't really done anything crazy like that.
Well, and the
Um,
SmackDown and Raw invasions were always kind of lame.
Oh, I loved it. That was my favorite part. That was my
Really?
favorite things. And then you did it with when you threw NXT in there. I think that
Well,
oh
NXT was cool, but when it was like, hey, we have to build a Survivor series, so now we're just gonna not like each other just because we have a pay-per-view scheduled.
well,
That's where it was lame for me.
and here's where I'm thinking. We're gonna do SummerSlam coming up, right? The next big show. I mean, we are what? We're the next big show after that is Survivor Series. If they wanted to, they're gonna do a takeover that weekend. Why not do a Survivor Series TNA versus NXT for the takeover for that Saturday night or Sunday, whenever they're going to do it, and build towards that? Have, a 5 versus 5 WWE versus TNA. You got Santana, you got, I don't know, Joe Hendry, you get some more
You know
TNA
what would
guys.
be, you know what I would like even more than a regular Survivor Series match? Give me a War Games match and call it a War Games match on a TNA pay-per-view.
Yeah, and put Jeff Hardy in it because some crazy stuff will happen.
Dude,
Um,
I think I don't know, like I don't know. I mean TNA just had their biggest crowd ever, so I think they're being pretty methodical about what's going on. But you WWE just acquired AAA, is it?
Triple A.
So I
Yep.
was thinking of the AAA CMLO
Yeah.
question from our last
Yeah.
episode.
I know. I was talking about that at work about how that kicked my ass.
But so I'm just like, how deep is this gonna go? Like how much of the forbidden door is open? Because there was a point in time when
I
like
didn't even think of that.
every
That's a good
wrestling
point.
fan wanted dream matches and we all wanted the forbidden door. That's why there's a pay-per-view called Forbidden Door. But even going back to like the invasion angle in with WCW, it fell flat on its face almost immediately because the invaders weren't the big names. So like why isn't Joe Hendry on SmackDown or Raw causing a ruckus?
But to your point, before to for me, looking back at the invasion angle, that was, as a child, peak professional wrestling. I was so like, I didn't even care. Like, I didn't think about the big guys not being involved in it because I was so excited for this war that was taking place between WCW and WWE that I was rooting for freaking Chuck Palumbo.
Well, see, this is
Um,
probably why we have a difference of, or part of why we probably have a difference of opinion here is you were a WWF and ECW guy,
I
and I
was,
was a
and you were not.
WCW only guy.
Yeah,
So when I see my heroes being, what's the famous line with The Rock said to Booker T, "Who the hell are you?" When that's happening to the five-time, champ, I get a little upset, and then
me
I'm like,
too.
well, where's Sting? Where Goldberg came back after the invasion. Uh, who else? Who else could you have had? Kevin Nash and Scott Hall didn't come back the right way. Like they could have been in the invasion. I don't know. Anyways, we don't need to
You're not wrong.
relitigate that.
You're not wrong.
But so that's probably why. Anyways, that's my disappointment with it. Wow, we got from Masha Slamovich losing the title to JC Jane all the way to an invasion angle
Um,
23 years ago.
but I don't know. I don't think unless they go that. Long story short, I don't think it matters. I don't think it. I don't care who the TNA champion is unless they do that, in my opinion, because I think it only is hurting TNA. And quite frankly, I don't really care about. I have a hard time caring about JC Jane and Trick Williams. I think honestly, I think Trick Williams is past his NXT prime. I think he needs to go up to the main roster and get a
I
fresh
remember
start.
I remember previewing, I don't think it was this last Royal Rumble, but I can't remember. But I predicted that Williams would like debut in the Royal Rumble match. Like
Yeah,
a long time ago, because Whoop That Trick was already over. His thing with Carmelo Hayes was like, at its peak. Anyways, and we're going to talk about Trick Williams in a second too, because the fact that the Undertaker is coming to NXT to talk to Trick Williams is rubbing me the wrong way. But
yeah,
Leon
and it,
Slater is the new X Division champ, gets the endorsement from AJ Styles, and then Moose announces on social media that he's taking a break from wrestling. There's a lot to unpack there.
I'm thinking. Well, in regards to the stupid Undertaker thing, it's just a ratings grab. Because I don't know. I watched it already happened. Um, Trick Williams talked trash and then got choke slammed, and the Undertaker. I'm American
Okay,
badass Undertaker.
so just before we even get to Moose and AJ and Leon, who
Stupid.
those guys had a really good match.
Yes.
Um, you just took the world title from TNA, which is the little promotion that could. You took their world title, put it on TV, and then had a guy who shouldn't even be in a ring anymore because he's just been there for so long, getting over on this new champ of like, why couldn't a TNA guy come and do that? Why did it
I
have to be Undertaker?
yeah. Why? At this point, right? At this point, I think you know who would have been super freaking cool, but it doesn't make any sense. Is that having Abyss somehow get involved?
That
Um,
would be cool.
because he works for WWE now. But at this point, I think having one of the Hardys step up and I mean, I know that they've already done some stuff, but I think a Jeff or a Matt Hardy is as much of an entertaining presence as the Undertaker is
And you know what they
in
could
that
have done?
regard.
Well, you know what they could have done if they really wanted to, if it's just trying to grab ratings, how about this? You book it, hey, Undertaker and Trick Williams are going to have this confrontation. But Undertaker's in the middle of the ring and he says, I called in some of my old friends from back in the day. And then the Hardys music hits, and then they come in from behind and beat Trick up. And then Undertaker and the Hardys, Attitude Era throwback. Oh my God. You have now the Impact or the TNA tag champs are here too. They have three
But
title belts right there with
not for
those three legends.
not for nothing. One of the longest reigning TNA champions sits at the commentary desk of NXT and they don't do anything with it. Booker T is one of the longest reigning and best TNA champions that there ever was.
Oh yeah, dog.
The main event Mafia is arguably the second best faction ever in TNA. Excuse me. And
Bless you.
thank you. I don't know, man. I just think it's a waste. They don't think things through. The Undertaker is around way too much to even be to get new eyes on the product. If you would have advertised, I mean, they advertised the Undertaker being on this show tonight.
Right.
It could have been anybody. Having AJ Styles stick up for TNA also would have been equally as good.
And Undertaker's uh last real match was against AJ Styles, right? Last real match.
Yep,
The only match he had after that, or a physical appearance,
was his
was it WrestleMania
saying.
40?
Yeah, but even having like saying advertising AJ Styles saying, you know what, Trick, um, I don't like what you're saying about TNA. He could have said it on Bound for Glory or whatever Slammiversary. Um, and could have, I don't know, had AJ Styles come out, had him confront Trick Williams, and then boom, he gets attacked by Dominic Mysterio. You get more into that storyline. Trick Williams still looks strong instead of getting chokeslammed by the Undertaker, making the TNA champion look weak.
Oh,
You wanted to put some value to Trick Williams. You should have had him take out the Undertaker.
dude, yes.
I mean, Trick Williams is just as tall as the Undertaker, pretty much. I mean, it's not like, and he's just as built. It's not like he's,
And the Undertaker's 60 fucking years old.
yeah. I don't know why Trick Williams wouldn't be able to beat up the Undertaker.
He's only got, well, especially if the Undertaker's not spooky. If you're not
Yeah, he's not the
supernatural,
dead man anymore.
you
He's a
don't have
biker.
powers.
Yeah, he's a glorified Clay Morrow from Sons of Anarchy.
Well, I'm glad we got Trick Williams out of the way, and we kind of brought the Hardys back up into this, but and AJ Styles. But let's get back to Moose and Leon Slater. What do you think about the X Division going for? Excuse
I
me,
like
jeez.
that the X Division is back to X Division sized men.
Yeah. Do you think Moose
Um,
being the X Division champ, as long as he was beneficial?
you know what? I was thinking about Moose when I was watching this match and thinking about his name Moose, and I wondered if he's named Moose because the dude is gigantic, like the size of a moose.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah. So I think the dude, I mean, he's been wrestling forever too. I think he's probably needs some time off. Needs to
Well,
relax a
I
little
saw
bit.
this sequence. I think he posted it, but it was part of their match where they were kind of going on the apron and reverse Hurricane Rana, and then Moose took a crazy Hurricane Rana bump onto the floor from the apron, and maybe it was TNA's Instagram. I don't remember, but dude, I'd want to break out of that. And yeah, he's been wrestling forever. He's one of those guys, dude, who's I think us true wrestling fans will look back and be like, "Damn, that guy was great." And then, but how much are our kids gonna know about him? Unless he has a late career kind of
Yeah.
push in like an R Truth kind of fashion or something like that. But anyways, we got one more thing that I want to talk to you about, which is great because we got time for one more thing. The Hardys, the new tag champs. And then you get Bully Ray coming out saying, "Let's do it one more time." The crowd saying, "Where's Devon?" And I
Um,
love how he was kind of like, "Yeah, where is Devon?"
it's what's it called? Well, I don't know. It was on a Sunday. He was testifying. Um, I again, this is one of those things where I feel like AEW really dropped the ball. Um, because imagine this happen. Like, I'm excited for this match. I'm excited for the Hardys and Team 3D to run it back. I am glad it's happening in TNA because arguably Team 3D had a much more significant and better career in TNA than they ever did in WWE or really anywhere else. For that matter. Yes, are they known for ECW? Do they get the ECW chants all the time? did they have the great TLC matches in WWE, but outside of the TLC matches and some of the crazy storylines with Mae Young, um, they really were the tag team division of TNA for 10 years. And then
They're
Bully
like the
Ray
most
making
decorated tag team of all time. Bully says
yeah,
it like frequently.
Bully Ray being making a name for himself just as a singles competitor in TNA as well. And the Hardys equally so. I mean, yeah, is Jeff Hardy a former WWE champion? Is Matt Hardy a former ECW champion? They held out pretty much every title in WWE, but in TNA they really you know were the top.
Well, and Jeff
Um,
Jeff Hardy, I will put him up there with Rey Mysterio, Hulk Hogan. He is he is probably one of the biggest baby faces of all time. There is
yeah,
nobody who doesn't like Jeff Hardy.
I agree. Even his heel turns, the two heel turns that he had were very short lived because of how much people like Jeff Hardy. And I just think this whole thing would be so much better if they could run it back with Edge and Christian one more time. And maybe that's me being
Oh,
Edge is the best ever. But I just think, at this point in their careers, it just seems like okay, but it could have been this.
no,
We're living in a
yeah.
universe where the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian are all wrestling again for the
And
first
Edge and
time
Christian
in
and the seeds to Edge and Christian getting back together have just been
yeah.
planted. I mean,
It's just like,
I hope Impact's work with Impact. I'm sorry, I'm still used to Impact. TNA's obligations to WWE don't restrict them from working with AEW because Tony Khan, I'm sure, would pay to have this on a Wrestle Dream or Forbidden Door or something before they wrap it up at was it Bound for Glory?
Bound for Glory.
It's gonna be good. All right, buddy. Got anything left?
Um, Follow us everywhere. HITF Pod.
Heck yeah. Don't forget also this was it Sunday? Saturday? The 27th.
Oh yeah,
That
buddy,
Friday.
you got a big weekend. No, that's
I'm ring
Sunday.
announcing. I gotta order my clip-on tie. I'm not wearing a
I'm
suit though.
I'm excited to hear about it, buddy.
I hope I do good. I haven't
You're gonna do
practiced
great.
yet.
You're gonna do great.
Yeah, so Ignite Wrestling in Wildemar. I will be there. I think the bell time is at 5 or 6. I think it's 5.
Have
Um,
you practiced because this is Enoch, right? He's gonna be a big part of this show.
he's I don't know what technically his role is, but the school that he coaches at, this is one of their shows. But main event, two friends of the podcast facing off for the first time ever, Raymond Bright versus Eli Everfly. And
Ooh, that should
also,
be good.
Dream Slam just announced another new show in Long Beach in August. Um, so I guess I got to go put the banner out in Long Beach. That's a long drive.
When is that show?
They just announced it. I'll have to look
All
and
right.
check. But yeah, so that's what we got
Um.
going.
Well, as long as you practice hailing from his mom's basement, weighing 722 pounds of weight, Enoch, the Enlightened. Um. I think you got it down, buddy.
He's not that big.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen the guy in
Just
person.
on purpose, just fuck up.
Yeah, I've just seen his. I've just seen him on here, and I've seen his quote unquote movies.
Yeah. All right,
No, but I'm
everyone, take it
excited. I'm
easy.
excited for you. I'm excited for his school. I think it's going to be a cool show.
It's gonna be rad. Make sure you subscribe, follow us everywhere. Don't forget to
It's going to
frickin'
be
comment on our
Norin Rad,
videos.
as in the Silver Surfer. All right, buddy.
See you on the other side, dude. Take
Later.
care.
Cool.